most talked about in recent past of all the Babas relate to a sadhu who lived by the given name of Gumnami Baba in eastern Uttar Pradesh. The mystic's story has many versions. One such version say that after Stalin's death, he moved to India at the end of 1950s. They claim that he had attained the highest form of spiritual power through Tantra Sadhana that made him transcend physical and formal barriers. Somewhere during this journey, he led Dalai Lama to India, who was fleeing Tibet. But CIA records say that their Special Activities Division did exactly so in 1959. He lived incognito to perform some covert activities in Asian countries. He led an Asian Liberation Army which fought in the Korean War of 1952. The Chinese army that attacked India in 1962 was led by him. He wanted to emancipate India from the Western influence, but Indians could not recognize him. So he ordered the army to retreat. In Vietnam, he was guiding Ho Chi Minh in his fight against US imperialism. He went to Paris in 1969 to mediate for the Vietnamese in the Paris peace talks. Before that, he visited Tashkent to help draw up the Tashkent Pact between India and Pakistan on 10th January 1966. Lastly, he turned his attention to his native state and was in North Bengal in 1970-71, guiding the Mukti Juddhas in the liberation war for Bangladesh. In India, Gumnami Baba lived in the guise of a sadhu at Naimisharanya, Basti, Ayodhya and Faizabad, where he kept changing his places several times and within the city itself. One of his landlords, Gurbakh Singh Sodhi, took him twice to the Faizabad civil court. This information is corroborated by his son Manjeet Singh in his deposition to the Justice Sahai Commission of Inquiry set up to identify Gumnami Baba. Later, a journalist, Dr. Virendra Kumar Mishra too, lodged a complaint with the police. Gumnami Baba finally settled in an outhouse of Ram Bhavan at Faizabad in 1983, where he reportedly died on 16 September 1985 and cremated 2 days later on the 18th. But there is no proof that any person really died. There is no death certificate, no photograph of the dead body or the people present during cremation, and moreover, there is no cremation certificate. All the above chapters involving Gumnami Baba was not known to people till 42 days after his supposed death. A local newspaper, Naye Log, informed the people that Gumnami Baba, who died at Faizabad on 16 September 1985, was Netaji Subhash. Alerted by the sensational news of Gumnami Baba being Netaji, another local newspaper, Janmorcha, conducted an inquiry on the issue. They found no evidence of Gumnami Baba being Netaji. Senior journalist Sheetla Singh visited Netaji associate Pobitra Mohan Roy at Kolkata in November 1985. Roy said, "We have been visiting every sadhu and mysterious individual in search of Netaji from Sholmari to Kohima to Punjab. In the same manner, we also visited Babaji at Basti, Faizabad and Ayodhya. But I can say with certainty that he was not Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose." He also denied celebrating Netaji's birthday in Faizabad. A media war followed. Newspapers in UP, Northern Indian Patrika, Amrit Prabhat, Sachi Kahaniya, Swatantra Bharat and many others started bringing out more exciting news on Gumnami Baba. Amrit Prabhat on November 8, 1985 reported, Sources in the police said they were investigating whether it was K.D. Upadhyay, known as Kaptan Baba, a murderer who was hiding in the guise of Netaji. In February 1986, Netaji's niece Lalita Bose was brought to Faizabad to identify the items found in Gumnami Baba's room after his death. At first sight, she was overawed and identified some items to be of Netaji's family. But skeptics say it is quite possible that the Baba's room was filled up by the 2,700 plus articles in 25 steel trunks in those 42 days after his death, as no one ever saw them during the Baba's lifetime. On 10th February 1986, along with two other persons, she filed a writ petition at the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court to inquire about Gumnami Baba. The case never proceeded. Meanwhile, she passed away. After a lull, in 1997, news came out in Swatantrata Bharat, Kuberu Times, Sahara and Swatantrata Chetna newspapers that Gumnami Baba file has gone missing from the court. While these developments were going on in UP, in Kolkata, a publishing house started bringing out articles in Bengali on Gumnami Baba being Netaji. They published a book detailing out many accounts of the said Baba written under a pseudonym. Here, Gumnami is portrayed as Mahakal, who never dies. Mahakal disappears on 16 September 1985. The Justice Mukherjee Commission, during its course of inquiry, among other possibilities, considered the Gumnami Baba angle. Of the 131 persons who deposed to the commission, 26 spoke on Gumnami Baba. The commission noted that Dr. P. Banerjee, one of the Baba's physicians at Faizabad, did not assert that the saint was Netaji. His mother-in-law, Bithi Chatterjee, who was a regular visitor of the Baba, found it difficult to say whether Gumnami Baba was Netaji. His wife, Rita Banerjee, said she based her claim on a belief only. Sunil Kumar Gupta and 6 others claimed they knew from 1963-67 that Gumnami was Netaji, but they could not divulge the fact before as they were under oath of secrecy. Justice Mukherjee commented, "The explanation given by Gupta that they were under an oath of secrecy against its disclosure is extremely difficult to rely on, more so when they have now divulged that in spite of that oath." Justice Mukherjee did not find any merit in the deposition of all the 26. Gumnami Baba's supposed handwriting was examined by the Government Examiner of Question Documents in Shimla and the Forensic Science Laboratory in Kolkata. Both found out that the handwritings do not match Netaji's. A private expert, however, opined that they were the same. The majority opinion was accepted, as is the procedure. Gumnami Baba's teeth failed DNA scrutiny too. Dr. V.K. Kashyap, director of the renowned Central Forensic Science Laboratory, was cross-examined at length by some of the deponents, but the attempts failed. Dr. Kashyap was a leading DNA expert of his time. Thus, in 2005, Justice Mukherjee dismissed the Gumnami angle completely. Not to be let down, the Gumnami propagators moved court in 2010 and brought out a judgment in favor of their petition, with the High Court directing the UP government to establish the identity of Gumnami Baba. Accordingly, the government set up an inquiry commission on June 28, 2016 under the chairmanship of Justice Vishnu Sahai. Hardly 45 people responded to the inquiry. The main propagator admitted the very idea that Netaji could have lived secretly in hiding in his own country for so long is absolutely repugnant. The claims are not supported by anything and are unsubstantiated. 8 witnesses said Gumnami Baba was not Netaji. They included Vishwambhar Nath Arora, Dr. R.P. Mishra, who was a long-time physician of Gumnami Baba, did not say Gumnami was Netaji. 5 deponents said Shaulomari Sadhu was Netaji. On completion of interview and cross-examinations, the commission concluded that the highly publicized and mysterious Gumnami Baba was not Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. It also said that the identity of Gumnami Baba could not be established. The man was an admirer of Netaji. The government accepted the findings and the action taken report was placed in the assembly on 20th December 2019. Earlier in 2019, there was an attempt to salvage the Gumnami story through a commercial film and by procuring handwriting experts' opinion. They also raked up a belated DNA issue, but the curtains had already been drawn for last of the Baba story. 2 consecutive commissions, Mukherjee and Sahai, declared that Gumnami Baba was not Netaji, irrespective of the fact that 10 investigations and inquiries held by governments at home, abroad, and privately concluded that Netaji died in a plane crash at Taihuku on 18th August 1945.